everyone. Welcome to Kump.
Hello.
Hello, Lucie.
How are you?
Skipping hello, huh? Nice. I'm pretty good. You know why?
Why?
Because I am just in election fever.
Ooh.
I did not get an invite to speak at that exclusive rally by the Trump campaign.
Yeah, that's a travesty, by the way.
I would have done a better job. I would have gone after
Than Trump.
Sure,
Yeah.
but you should have hired me because I will start problems with the maintenance staff and I'll start problems with the garbage men. Forget the floating garbage dump. But what do you call it? He called Tony Hinchcliffe called Puerto Rico a floating pile of garbage.
Right. Yeah. It was a little misdirection because
I would have come out to why is no one taking out the trash in my green room? And there would have been maybe a smattering of applause or cheers. And I would, no, this is not part of the bit. This is not part of the politics thing or the rally. Why am I not seen? I'm not being a prima donna, but I'm doing my job. Why do people feel like I'm nothing to worry about? Like you can just leave I generate trash. Yes, we have trash cans. There's empty soda cans. There's empty chalupas. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about why it's trash. There been no time for any of the other shit. I feel like that would have been helpful to the campaign.
That would have been fantastic. But
instead, they went with Hinchcliffe. Well, look, he's a big star. He's got the Kill Tony.
Few more viewers than ours, yeah.
Yeah, look, I mean, you dance with the sword, you fight with the lepers. That's what my dad always says.
So true.
Yeah, you want to go with the guy who dance with the guy who brung you. Well, then you ain't gonna learn a new dance, all right? Because I'll teach you. I've all sorts of new dances to teach these kids. So it was a little bit of blunt. It would be amazing to me. I don't know. I met him once. I tried to help him with a computer problem.
What? What were you working for the Geek Squad?
No. Hey, I was with our friend Tim, and I was in the back of the Comedy Store, and and he was having some issue getting that clip onto his phone. Hope I'm not spilling tea here. And
you're right, an issue, CP, right?
No.
Okay. Right. Okay. Got it.
I mean, you're going to implicate me? You're married to me. You can't implicate me in that stuff. And then, what you think happened? I go, and then where does it leave you? Mm-hmm. And you can sabotage our marriage and our life.
All right, so you were helping him with a.
Well, I didn't help him. It was just. I'm only doing a full disclosure.
So you stole Tony Hinchcliffe's computer?
No, it's his phone. I didn't steal it. Yeah. I offered. He was having a problem with his assistant, and I was like, maybe. And Tim's like, why'd you help him? And I was like, I don't. And I tried, and I couldn't help him. I couldn't help the man. He was pleasant enough about it. He seemed, I didn't get any inkling that he would potentially ruin a torpedo campaign. But that was years ago. Yeah, we all changed a lot in those years, pre-pandemic. It would be amazing, again, because I don't, despite that interaction, I don't really know the man very well. But it would be amazing if Trump loses, it's not going to be because of Tony Hinchcliffe. But that might be the narrative.
Right.
It's already kind of a thing, and that's enough.
I mean, is Trump getting a big Puerto Rican vote?
They were all going for Latinos, and Bad Bunny said, "Hey, I'm with Harris." I think I don't know. I mean, Bad Bunny, he sings in Spanish all the time, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't really know. I don't know.
People get very mad. People don't realize that Puerto Rico is part of America. I often forget. I know it's a Commonwealth, right? I don't know what that means exactly. It means we own it. It doesn't sound nice.
It means it's ours, but we don't really have to.
We don't take it. We don't pick up their garbage.
Right.
Look, I mean, if they're floating pile of garbage, it's our fault, really, because we're sitting there. What's the word? What do you use? We're holding our hands, not holding our hands, sitting on our hands.
Mm-hmm.
We're sitting on our hands, not giving them the garbage funding they need. I mean, I don't think
that joke was fully appreciated because it was misdirect because there is a giant garbage patch about the size of Australia or something floating in the ocean.
Well, didn't that kid from Finland solve that, or was he a fraud? There was some Norwegian kid or whatever who was like, I can solve this, and then like
he stole his idea from The Simpsons. He was just going to do the Mr. Burns net or something. Wasn't that kid?
I don't remember.
Big fraud.
Yeah, let's not say he's a fraud. Let's speculate. We can speculate if he's a fraud. It's a game to be played here, Lucy. Yeah. We can't say this. Maybe he's a man now, but he was a child. Mm-hmm. Is a fraud. We can say that he might have been. Was there a fraudulent Norwegian? I'm always wandering around New York City just questioning. Hey, officer, wasn't there a fraudulent Swedish man? I don't know. I'm going to hit with a billy club. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. It's late. So whatever. Tony Hinchcliffe had a gripe to the Spike with Puerto Rico, and he got his. I think he's doing fine. People are like, oh, what a scumbag he is. And it's like, yeah, look, it's not a nice thing to say, but I mean, things have been said that are worse, right?
Yeah,
a floating pile of garbage. All right. Well, it's not, is it? It's not. Is it actually a floating pile of garbage?
I don't think, not literally. I don't
so
think. There's also some people and trees.
It's politically not great. Yeah, it's not great politically to have a guy on you're trying to get Latino voters and you go, hey, how do you want to get Latino voters? I think we'll call Puerto Rico a garbage dump. And they go, well, no, that's not the best idea. let's spitball a few more, but I mean, we'll keep that in our back pocket. But I mean, it's like he didn't start doing race science, right? He didn't start saying, why is your skull shaped like this? That would have been worse. He didn't say, hey, remember Hitler? I'm going to do Hitler things. And they go, who are you? And I'm Tony Hinchcliffe. I'm very popular. Kill Tony is a big podcast. You don't even know. That's how crazy this country is. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not making fun. How could I make fun of it? It's a massive podcast. And like many people that rally, I think had no idea who he was. This is the nature of fame is so siloed now.
Yeah.
And it's not me going, well, I care to, people don't listen to my podcast because even famous podcasters are, people don't know who they are and they get in trouble for calling Puerto Rico a garbage can. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not equivocating. I am just saying. And by the way, we just got 10K subscribers.
10K, baby.
We're at 10K. Don't worry about how long it took. Don't worry about that. That's not the point. We're here now. It's a threshold, and people got to take notice. It's been a long time.
Well, you got to celebrate the milestones. No matter how slowly you lurch.
No matter how disappointing your child is. No matter how many times he keeps biting his personal, what do they call that person? That goes along with them and helps to go to the bathroom.
Oh, their aide?
Their personal aide.
Yeah.
No matter how many times that guy sues you for getting bit. You still got to celebrate the kid's birthday. It's another year. It's another year of fear. That's my campaign. 2 more. I'm running for Congress in 2026. I should have done it now. I don't know why I didn't realize that. Like, I can contribute to the end.
Of course you can. Yeah.
We can get our little piece of nothing. Why not? Oh, who's gonna help? No one. But you can help this way. Subscribe to the damn podcast. Because I want to get to 20. I want 20K.
20K?
I want 20K.
That's
next week. I want to do... Is America ready for this? Is America ready to do in a week what took a few years? 10K more in a week. I'm putting the gauntlet out. You have to put these gauntlets out to people. I'm not Tony Hinchcliffe. I'm not messing around here. I'm not telling jokes. I'll call your town a garbage dump. For real. I'll mean it. I'll show up there and I'll dump garbage there. I'll show up wherever you live. And I'll dump garbage all over your lawn.
Oh man, you'll frame them.
Yeah.
As a garbage dump.
And I'll call the library. Go, who's a big. You call the library and go, hey, I'm looking to start a little fundraiser, a little 5K fun run for breast cancer. Who's a person, maybe the PTA, who's someone I can talk, and I don't care about this shit's all fake, but I want to get a hold of someone who's like, in this local town is like a busybody. Like a real, what they call,
Snoop.
what these kids call Karens. They call the cops on black, and not just blacks, all sorts of men. Honestly, the racist element of it is really more they just call cops on men is really the problem.
Right.
I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna unite the races. All right.
Against women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we all got to give and take, ebb and flow. We're all building like a little pyramid that goes up, and sometimes we got kick step in your head and step on your head. It all goes up. Maybe. Point is, I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna call her. I'm gonna say, look at this guy's fucking garbage lawn. Look how much garbage is on his lawn. He has a problem. Don't let him forget this. Clean your town up. I work for the media. So just please subscribe. I know a lot of you have because we were 10K. And we also got Patreons. Patreon.com/RayCump. That's another thing we have. And then what's nice about that? If you sign up there, it supports the show, but you don't. It ain't just like, hey, here's homeless guy. Here's some money for coffee and booze and heroin. That's not what it is. You get something back. You get an extra show every week for $5 a month. $5 a month ain't gonna save that homeless guy's life, but it will help us in the aggregate. You can't there's no aggregate for the homeless. It's just it's just $5 for all of them. It doesn't do them any good. But we gotta pick one homeless guy, make him the king. Well, you haven't yet. I'm just saying. I won't do heroin. I promise. So yeah, we got that too. So check it out. Back to the point though is who else was at the rally? Was Rob Schneider there? That would have been great.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah.
It's just he's like, look at Kamala over there making coffee. That's all she's good for. Like people went crazy for that, right?
Oh yeah.
Why can't they? Why doesn't the conservative comedian stuff ever? They don't seem to ever like pull out their bag like Rob Schneider's a conservative. He's a conservative guy. I don't care. Like what are you the guy? They want to some bleeding heart liberal. I don't give a shit about anything. I'm fucking talking about threatening people with garbage.
Claim him? I mean, I don't see a lot of people like.
Who cares who claims? He's very much. He's out there on Fox News talking about Obama and like floods and I don't know whatever. I haven't seen him in a while. The point is, but he doesn't bring out. They never want to remind you of their characters. Like Robert De Niro will come out for Hillary Clinton back in the day, and be like, "Hey, you don't get whacked. I'll vote for Hillary Clinton," whatever. Or he'll Who else is someone famous?
Dennis Miller.
Well, he's a conservative. He's the first conservative comic.
Yeah.
Denzel Washington will come out and be like, "Ha ha!" I'm with Jay Farrow. But my point is, these conservative guys. I mean, the one complaint they have is Rob Schneider doesn't just do his bits, his little characters, to help the people he wants to help. Mm-hmm. Was he one of the Roxbury guys? No, it's Chris Kattan.
Chris Kattan and who was the other Roxbury guy?
Was it Farrell?
I don't know.
I didn't really like the Roxburys.
They weren't very good.
No, but whatever. I like Rob Schneider. If he wants to reach out to the show, we'll have him on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Wouldn't we? You wouldn't want him in an apartment, would you? I don't know why. Just he votes.
He can zoom in. I'm just kidding.
He was in Deuce Bigalow. I saw Deuce Bigalow in the theater.
Oh, I remember Deuce Bigalow.
Yeah.
I did kind of like Deuce Bigalow.
It was fine. He fell into a fish tank at one point. And everyone's acting like, what happened? Why is Rob Schneider a conservative? Well, what's he supposed to be? They let him make one Deuce Bigalow and then another one. They did well. Why aren't they giving them more work? You take care of these people. You don't want them out to if you don't want them to be conservative, don't make him go he's got to be a farmer now or whatever. These guys are like Jay Johnston. You know Jay Johnston?
Who's Jay Johnston?
He was the guy on Arrested Development who was the cop who was one of the gay cops. It was a whole thing.
Oh, Bob's Burgers too, right?
Yeah, I think he was in Bob's Burgers. Yeah. And now he's in jail. Well, he's technically, I mean, he's going to jail. He was in the Capitol riots. Do we have this guy up? Let's bring Jake Johnson.
Former Bob's Burgers actor. You treated that like it was some secondary credit.
I don't remember.
Look at the headline.
I know.
Bob's Burger.
I'm a different generation. I like Bob's Burgers a lot. I haven't seen it in years. I haven't kept up. I don't remember who he was. He might be one of the main guys. I forget. But the point, I'm just trying. But that's animated. I'm trying to tell people what this guy looks like. I'm not to get him in trouble, but he's already in trouble. He's already in jail.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been talking about this. Like, throw that guy in jail. I'm not a rat. What happened?
Former Bob's Burgers actor sentenced to 1 year in.
Hey, John, he's got a name. Can't these people have names? Why, even in the Capitol riot going to jail article, it's got to be plugging Bob's Burgers. Plug our show.
Sentenced to 1 year in prison for rolling Capitol riot.
Yeah. Did he plan it?
Let's see. Jay Johnston, 56, of Los Angeles, joined other rioters in a heave-ho push. That's what it's called. Against police officers.
I feel like a heave-ho is when you're all carrying a giant sack of flour and you go, heave.
Look, I can't imagine myself participating in a group assault. But I could see myself participating in a heave-ho.
Yeah, at the end of the one end of the heave-ho is a cop who's getting, pinned against the wall or something. And you're like, get against the wall, pig. That's Lucie. This is the heave-ho.
That's a heave-ho is whimsical.
Your Honor, it was a heave-ho. Okay. I don't know what don't get it twisted. It was a heave-ho.
Oh, I'm the only guy who's ever heave-hoed.
Right. I mean, what did he expressed regret that he made it more difficult for the police to do their job. So a heave-ho push against police officers guarding a tunnel entrance to the Capitol. Johnson also cracked jokes and interacted with other rioters as he used a cell phone to record the violence around him. Well, I mean, look, if the heave-ho is meant to break through a police line, it's the kind of thing. If Lucie robs a bank. And she comes home, hey, rob the bank. And hey, hide this money from me. That seems like an obvious thing. But how do I hide this money? And they go, I don't know, maybe go put it in a locker. I'm going to jail. Once I rat you out. Because I'm an accomplice after the fact. I don't have to hide it. The cops will fucking get you.
Yeah. I'm
not saying don't try to get away from them. I'm just saying they'll use every tactic. So this idea that hey, I was just you can't heave-ho a police line in this country. I mean, you can't. I mean, you go, well, people go, what about the people who protest the violence in the streets? And that's true. I don't have an answer for that. It was a weird time. And, but, the clear thing here is don't go directly against the feds because they have the power. If you want to burn, just go to one of these cities that doesn't have a huge budget, right? And just burn that down. They'll let you. You're allowed to do that. And then it goes to hypocrisy. What does that mean? Of course, everything's hypocrisy. We think that rich kid deserved to, what do rich kids do? I don't know any rich kids.
I don't know. I thought you were talking about a specific rich kid.
No. He deserves a better life than you? No, but he does because hypocrisy.
Johnson expressed regret that he made it more difficult for the police to do their job on January 6th. He said he never would have guessed that a riot would erupt that day. That was because
I probably would have guessed. I would have seen all these people. I would have seen that noose that they had built on the Capitol lawn or whatever it was, and I would have been like, this could be a riot.
He may not have seen the news. I mean, if you can't see the news, what are you supposed to do?
I feel like I would have seen the news. I don't know. Look,
people were talking about the news at least, right? Mm-hmm. Even if you couldn't literally see, even if you were kind of in the back and couldn't see it, probably there were people around you going,
I don't mean the news.
Did you see that news?
Well, here's the thing. I said news. I meant gallows.
Right.
I mean, again, the gallows might have been small, but yeah, I mean, for
Oh right, yeah, they had a whole stage for it. Too.
Yeah, I don't know if it was as big as the French Revolution gallows, but it was big. I mean, or it was a gallows. That's all I know. I should research this more. I'm not the guy trying to put these people in jail, right? Like I'm just kind of like probably something you shouldn't do. Like this seems like a bad plan, but I mean, I'm not like, I don't think it's the worst thing that ever happened. Do you?
Making a gallows?
No, just the whole January 6th thing. It seems like it was.
I think it depends. I would need to know, like, was it a symbolic gallows or was it a functioning gallows?
I think they wanted to hang Mike Pence.
Yeah.
I think they were. I mean, they have a lot of plausible deniability because it's such a silly idea.
Because
in some ways.
sometimes on the left they'll like roll out a guillotine, but
Really?
it's like that thing's
When?
not going through anybody's neck. It's just some.
When did they do that? Does Bernie Sanders do that? I want you to have put up my trusty guillotine. What is it? What's going on? Does AOC have a guillotine? And they threaten people and they bring people.
This here has Elizabeth Warren's name on it. The snake.
That rat thinks she could backstab me. Doesn't that bitch know I've had guillotines for years? I'm the inventor of the guillotine. I'm the New Hampshire guillotine. That's my political moniker. Where's Vermont?
But but the guillotine they'll roll out is it's like baby's first guillotine. It's not like some big intimidating guillotine.
This is real. You really, I really feel like you're just putting me on here.
No, I swear I've seen it a couple of times.
Where?
Just left wing protests and stuff.
That you've went to?
Not that I've gone to, but that I've seen, coverage of.
And they had guillotines.
Yeah.
And no one stopped them. No one said, "Why did you have a guillotine?" I mean, what is it like a functioning guillotine? Like are they cutting watermelons and like showing people, "Hey, this works"?
Well, that's sort of the question. To me, they always looked pretty flimsy.
Right.
Like they didn't look like they could cut through much.
Well, that just means it's gonna gouge your neck open.
That's true. I guess it would hurt more.
They say that they used to say, "Hey, don't worry, we got sharp blades on the guillotine." Because if they were nasty, they would say, "Hey, they would use a rough guillotine." And you go, "This is we didn't even sharpen it yet. I'm gonna put you in there because you know why? Because you suck. We hate you. We're the French Revolution, the Reign of Terror." Do you miss the reign? You're French. You miss that. You probably like. How come the French don't own that more? They're a republic. I mean, we talk about the fucking Declaration of Independence every 5 seconds. How come they don't? Brag about, we killed our king. We put our king in a guillotine. That's crazy. I mean, they did January 6th to themselves, the French.
Yeah, a more successful January 6th.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, they didn't build some pussy guillotine. They're like, they put Marie Antoinette in there. What was she, like 25?
I think
She was like 15 when they was sorry, but I think she was around for a bit.
Right.
Maybe she might have still been like 17. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they were old,
No, they weren't. They were in their 20s. Yeah. Louis the 16th.
Did they the kids too?
I don't know.
I think maybe they. I don't know.
You mean circumcised? Anyway.
Those things could be very surgical.
Yeah. Speaking of guillotines, Jay Johnston's in jail. I don't know what to tell you. I feel bad. I like this guy a lot on Arrested Development. I think he was on the Sarah Silverman show. Should we try to get him out of jail, like a campaign? Is there any juice in that? Like, maybe.
I would totally have this guy. I believe every word he says, by the way.
Yeah.
I believe that he went there to have a good time.
It'd be funny if he voted for like Hillary and Obama. And he's just walking around going like, they want to hang Pence. It's hilarious. He's got coffee. He's like, it is the funniest thing.
I mean, yeah, no, I could totally see him. Like, he was probably just like kind of seeing if anybody would recognize him.
Yeah, I mean, imagine. I mean, they probably didn't much. I don't think. I'm not saying that. I doubt the people who were like heave-homing the cops were like huge Arrested Development fans.
Right.
I could be wrong. I feel like if I went there and started making like Buster Bluth jokes, I would have gotten a lot of fucking like what, What about my hand?
Yeah, it might be kind of a feat humor for them.
Yeah, it's a great. I don't think it needs to be. I don't think Arrested Development is only for liberal cucks. But moving on, we're spending too much time. Jake Johnson, in a year, come to the Kump podcast, and we'll give you a little money.
Oh, I would love to introduce this guy back to the world.
Would you? Because it's all money, and we're married. Can I give him a couple $100 when he gets out of jail? Like just gotta get him back on his feet.
Yeah, sure.
All right, it's gonna be from us.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, if it might come to bite us in the ass.
There's got to be a couple of welcome back from jail cards now, right? They have them for everything else.
Like a Hallmark card, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't think Hallmark wants to. I mean, probably not. No one wants to have that your company associated with like giving aid to the murderers and the rapists. I'm not saying they all are, but that's how it gets plays. If I was a Hallmark, like a sleazy lawyer or sleazy business guy, you want some old lady to be wandering around half covered in her own shit, looking for buying her grandson a birthday card, and she sees a picture of a stool of a guy in a cell getting sexually assaulted by another man, and goes, wish you were here. Some cute thing like that. They'll hate us. The lady will think we're scum. So no, I think for that reason, maybe not though. I think there's bad PR to that.
I was thinking more like something like, like on the front of the card is you did your time and you're still looking fine, and then you open the card and there's a mirror in there.
First of all, I know you're saying it's for like apparently when you get out of jail.
Yeah.
But I think people are going to be giving this card to people trying to give them a shank. You built a shank into a card? Yeah, I mean, like, Your Honor, it's clearly for like once they get out of jail, and like he's not even going to like process what you said. Like what? Like what does that mean? I don't think that most ex-cons want to be immediately reminded that they're just in jail. They know.
Yeah.
Just maybe give them a job.
Yeah. Or look at how much their face is withered over that stressful time.
Or maybe they did well. Maybe they became the shot caller.
I mean, yeah, some people get ripped in prison, right? Sure.
But and some people, learn to do other things that sound like rip. and boost their self-esteem. I'm not saying it's right, but people find self-esteem in those are awful places.
Right. People
act like self-esteem is some universal, like, great thing. A lot of people who have great self-esteem get it by hurting people and by pushing people down. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
I have terrible self-esteem because I'm a good man. You know? I don't prey on the souls of the weak like a lot of people, like a lot of podcasters do. Speaking of that, Trump did Rogan.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then apparently Kamala only he's like, well, Kamala, we want her to do it, but she only wants to do an hour, and she wants us to come to her. And people are like, oh, she's the fucking vice president. Go, what are you talking about? Like, why is she being prima donna about this? Go on my friend Joe Rogan's podcast, Kamala Harris. Answer the questions. I mean, I'm starting to think she really. I mean, I'm not. She's unqualified. No one's qualified. Shut up with the. She doesn't know what she's doing. No one knows what they're fucking doing. I'm not saying she's good, but like, there's like hysterics about it. But it is starting to feel like she's ducking shit.
Yeah. Just
saying. Go on Rogan. Talk to him about the vaccine. He loves it.
Look, it's probably not her like optimal audience. So like, there's only so much. There's only so much support she's gonna get out of going on there.
I thought this was agreed to that they were gonna have both on. I guess they probably didn't both jointly agree to go on Joe Rogan's show. Maybe I'm naive.
That's really what they should have. They should have just had Joe Rogan moderate a debate.
Yeah, and you should have Joe Rogan just fight them. Just like he gets to kick each of you 6 times in the leg. Who do you think would stand up to it? Probably Trump, right? It's not about who can beat Joe in a fight. It's like Joe kicks you 6 times in the thigh. And whoever, and there's judges, and we judge who like showed the least amount of pain reaction.
Can you evade the kicks?
No.
Okay.
Gotta take it. I mean, Trump's a man.
Yeah, he is a man.
Kamala's not
and
particularly
bigger person.
Bigger person, sure. He's older though.
Yeah, that's the one thing. He is a lot older, and he's starting to look a lot old. Like on that Rogan appearance, like he looked a lot older.
No, he's getting. I mean, if this was election happened a year later than it did, he might have been Biden.
That's a really good question. I'm not sure. Probably Trump. That's probably the safe bet, but
you never count Trump down.
Yeah.
You can't. No, Trump will not be assassinated. He will not be. Well, I was gonna say he won't be voted out, but he did. He left, but he put up a fight.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, he did do that like fist move after he got shot in the ear.
Sure, but I meant the whole January 6th thing, that whole situation. Like people go, oh, he tried to overturn the election. I think he just didn't want to. He's not a punk.
Right.
But he didn't put a gun on anybody.
True.
It's not me. What? I can't make a point. I'm all of a sudden. You think I'm holding water for him? You think I'm trying to sway the election? I am just saying. He's resilient.
Yeah.
Sure. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, sure. When I remembered the fist thing, I realized it's probably Trump.
Well, it's fair. Yeah. I ramped myself up on the other thing, so I had to keep going. But yeah, no. I'm just saying. So yeah, Kamala Harris, she might pull a gun on. She has a Glock. She might shoot Joe Rogan. Imagine that.
Crazy.
Imagine if she shot him. Imagine if he kept needling her and hammering her, which he doesn't usually seem to do. But he just starts going "Where's your birth certificate?" It's like, "What? Where's your fucking birth certificate?" And he's just it'd be out of character for Joe too. Right. I would have called Joe Rogan that night and be like, "Yeah, hey, it's Ray. Remember me?" No. I'm like, "Believe it, that wasn't you weren't yourself." But I wouldn't be able to because he'd be dead. Because he would have been murdered. Imagine that, because she gets so fed up. She's like, I know your shit. And she pulls a Glock out. She shoots him in the face.
That would be crazy.
Right? That would be how amazing. I mean, I'm not happy. I'm just saying how, but how could
just picture, just imagining how long would that haunt the American?
We forget about it in a day. Here's the thing. No, haunt. What? We're the ghosts. But my point, it's more look, Joe Rogan has so much money. Hundreds of money. I'll say to his face, Joe, let me on the show. I'll say to your face, you got so much money. And, he's got he's done everything, right? He's probably gone to Italy. So, what else is there? To be murdered by the vice president. Maybe, and perhaps, who knows? In a week and a half, she'll be the president, perhaps. But to be on that pathway, she murdered you.
Right.
Well, wouldn't you? No one seems to want a spectacular death.
How do you think that does affect? If she did do that,
right? How
do you think it does affect her chances of becoming president?
It's very I think it helps it. Yeah. I think anything that crazy helps you bad. It helps you real bad. Look, yes, the conservatives tend to like Joe Rogan nowadays more, right? But they want to vote for someone who kills someone. For sure. I do. I love my friend Joe Rogan, who doesn't know who I am. But I have met him. You remember that. But the point is, I don't want to pretend I don't want to put it out there I don't want to get back to Joe. I'm talking shit but he knows. He doesn't. The point is, I don't want to see him, but I'd love to see. I don't want that. I'm just. It's a very complicated thing to say. That you
the cascading consequences of that.
Yes,
is what you would like to see. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just such an interesting. You could also. Who else would be on the left? Mark Maron.
Nobody.
There's no one big enough. No one cares. It's a testament to how good you are, Joe.
If Kamala Harris shot Mark Maron on his podcast, the only question people would have is why is she going on Mark Maron?
Right. So 10 years ago.
It's probably still very big. But.
No, it's taking a big hit. Well, no, compared to us, sure. we have no self-esteem. 10K! Speaking of spectacular, everyone wants a spectacular death, right?
Sure.
Right. So speaking of that, there was something about, yes, the suicide boot. Wait, so this is a free Gaza thing.
What?
Wait,
you just clicked it. Inside U.S. woman's Sarko suicide pod death. From clothing question to her final words. And it's claimed the body was found with strangulation marks.
Everything
so
about
this is kind of a mystery. This is kind of like a suicide murder mystery.
I mean, everything about this headline is just cryptic on purpose. It's just like woman Sarko. Is Sarko the brand?
Sarko. I've also heard. So I think the product is called the Sarko Suicide Pod.
Okay.
And the company that makes it is called Last Resort.
Last Resort. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's a really comforting. We're your last resort if you want to be dead.
But also, it's kind of like puts the idea of a resort in your head.
Sure.
You know, luxury.
You've heard of Club Med, right? Well, this is Club Dead.
The final moments of the first person to use the Sarko suicide pod have been revealed. Amid claims she was found by
she's the first.
I guess she's the very first.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Amid claims she was found by police in a Swiss woodland with strangulation marks on her neck.
The CEO of Sarko Suicide Pods must be fucking furious right now. What do you mean? What? What? Well, I mean, there's two scenarios here before reading anything else. That this company exists only for the CEO of this fake company, perhaps, to just come out and strangle you. That's the suicide box that they built. I jump out like a jack in the box and I strangle you. You strangled, bitch.
Maybe the strangler is kind of like an insurance policy, like just in case the nitrogen gas the pod releases doesn't kill you, somebody will come out of the woods and
like J.K. Simmons just jumps out. We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum. Sure.
I don't know if this my first question is, why is this happening in the woods? Is this some kind of destination
Why
thing?
would you want to die in a subway with the rats? The woods are nice. Why would you want to die in the woods?
Look, the woods are nice. I would prefer, but is this is this part of the service? I guess is what I'm curious about. Like, do they just bring you wherever you want to go, throw you in the suicide pod? Can you die on a mountaintop?
I don't think they're a courier service / suicide box. It's not the Make-A-Wish Foundation. You can't go like bring me to the top of Mount Everest. You know. I mean, I think
I want to die, and also I want to be Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if the location is within close to an Amazon locker, they'll drop it off there. But I don't know that they're gonna go on, take you to Red Rocks.
Because this thing is kind of big, like it's like she didn't get that thing into the woods herself.
Oh, this is big. How does this work? We don't know anything about this. So this has been going on. I've heard that they made it legal to do this, right? There was some kind of design. Is this Canada?
Switzerland.
Okay, well, I don't know anything about that. I thought Canada had a box. But apparently the Swiss have a box, and they've made it legal. Is there any, does the article just take for granted that we know about this?
So, the 64-year-old American woman died of hypoxia inside the capsule set up in a woodland in northern Switzerland after pushing a button that injects nitrogen gas into the chamber.
This is all because people are too afraid to use a gun.
At 3:47 on September 23rd, she approached the capsule along with Dr. Florian Willett, the president of Sarko Operator, The Last Resort.
Wait, so he really did show up? The CEO or whatever, the president?
He was there, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Who removed the green tarpaulin from the device as she prepared to climb in.
This is just Dr. Kevorkian with a LLC.
Are you ready? Willett reportedly asked her.
Do I leave my shoes on? To which she responded, "Who gives a shit? You'll be dead, bitch." No. What did he say? Did he say okay?
Who was wearing loose black trousers, a woolly white cardigan, and sandals.
What did he say when she said, "Do I leave my shoes on?"
He said she should keep them on.
Oh, I didn't. Okay. Why am I getting so mad? Just read ahead. I don't want to get so mad.
Nobody wants to see your dead body's nasty ass feet.
I don't know. Your feet smell. I mean, other people got to use the pod, right?
This is the first use of our suicide pod. Can you take this a little bit seriously?
Yeah. Could you brought nicer shoes? I spent a lot of years putting this together. This company.
Wear these disgusting Crocs in my suicide pod.
Look how much nicer my shoes are than yours. Well, yeah, you have a company. Yeah, well, why don't you do something with your life? Maybe you wouldn't kill yourself.
He said she should keep them on, and she proceeded to step into the futuristic pod. I don't know if it's future. Honestly, I don't know.
It looks future. It looks like a crashed jet ski.
It looks like a giant cell phone.
It looks like you fucking crashed a jet ski into the woods. You were flying like a mile. It was a bad crash.
She proceeded to step into the futuristic pod, lie down, and adjust the purple travel pillow placed inside behind her head.
Oh, this is really... So, what happened next? Let's see. Willett arrested, put in jail, and investigated on suspicion of various crimes, including intentional homicide. Well, I mean, it didn't occur to me until I realized that he actually, it was the CEO or whatever that showed up. But, like, yeah, she said, like, oh, I just don't want to do this.
Oh, right.
This is my test balloon.
Shit. Wait, did the CEO strangle this
He
one?
might have. I mean, like, imagine, like, you spent years building this company, and the first woman to do it said she wants to live.
Yeah.
You fucking the stock will tank. You think the shareholders go, look, there's still plenty of people who want to kill themselves.
Right.
I mean, it was a slight mistake. We shouldn't have went to the wood. It was too nice. Next time I'll take her to public housing. Oh, look, is where you'll be if you don't go through this. I'll repo your house. Bitch. I mean, first of all, I don't think public housing is that bad. I don't think you should want to kill yourself. I'm just saying, you don't take her to the fucking waterfall from Lord of the Rings if you want to you get in your suicide box. That's all I'm saying. What is this? Okay, why is these are whatever.
Before pushing the button, Willett asked the woman whether she would like to speak to Sarco inventor Dr. Philip Nitschke, who was on a video call from Germany to monitor the long-awaited launch of his device.
No, I'm okay, she reportedly replied. Yeah, of course. Who the fuck wants to talk to this ghoul? Imagine being, like, so depressed. I mean, assuming, is she just a depressed person, or does she have, like, some kind of, like, giant tumor in her stomach that hurts?
I think maybe she's terminally ill or something.
Right. That's less, yeah, so there's less to go, there. There's two types of people who do, typically. Well, it's three. There's people who, like, get caught, which is, I'm not saying it's most. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of depressed people. And there's one who's like, I got, like a grapefruit in my gut. It's got spikes. In fact, it hurts. And it's just ended.
Yeah, right. No, exactly. I can totally see why somebody, assuming she is terminally ill, I can understand why somebody would go for the suicide pod in that case.
I can see all three, I can see a lot more reasons too. But let's see. No, I'm okay. I want to talk to this creep who's the only, replied Willett, who was the only person present at the woman's death. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. I screwed this up. No, I'm okay, she reportedly replied. Willett, who was the only person present at the woman's death. See, if she was the only person present, why did he have to throw the guy under the bus? Well, then I asked if she wanted to talk to the inventor, and she said, nah, she's fine. Like, don't even mention that part.
Right.
It's irrelevant. Like, you're making him look bad. Like, you've already licensed his, like, idea or invention to, like, make the business, right? You probably screwed him on the royalties, and now you're making him look bad?
Yeah.
After you strangle a bitch? He was the only person present at the woman's death. He took his indication the process could begin. It's getting ready to go. The blonde woman who said she had wished to die for at least 2 years while suffering with a very serious illness that involves severe pain is then said to have closed the lid to the pod without hesitation. A blue button indicating the pressure inside the capsule lit up, while an internal camera showed parts of her hair as she lay by waiting. Ready, she said to Willett, according to the newspaper. In what would be her final words, he reportedly confirmed that he was, before she responded okay. Almost immediately afterwards, she said to press the button to trigger her death. Under instruction... God, what happened? Help me out here.
Under instruction from Nitschke, the mother of two then began breathing deeply and calmly, a process he informed her would hasten her death as nitrogen filled the capsule. Holding an iPad on which he monitored her heart rate, saturation, and oxygen levels.
This feels like when you get caught up in those those weird little articles about how Nicki Minaj became a badass rapper, and it's just like it'll be like a sentence per page, and you keep clicking because like there's got to be a point to this, and you realize you click 20 times, and you realize it's one of those goddamn advertising slideshows, and there's never an answer. You know what I mean? I thought I was gonna see some cool Nicki Minaj pictures,
right,
or whatever. I mean, you've been caught up in those.
Yeah,
you've been snared.
Oh, for sure.
What happened? The pad was up in the wood. I mean, look how much text is going on. He's trying to get out, and we still have more words. Just tell me what happened. I can't read this all in the air. It just sounds crazy.
It is understood that all 4 arrested, Willett, 2 lawyers, and the Dutch photographer, who I guess photographed this whole thing, were told they were suspected of inciting suicide and providing suicide assistance.
Yeah, this is all crazy. I mean, put them in jail. This article's too long. Put them in jail. I can't get invested in this. This is like, I mean, we should probably read these ahead of time. I don't know. You want to get a fresh reaction.
Why isn't this Nitschke going to jail?
Nietzsche?
Nitschke.
Who's the
this scientist.
The inventor?
Yeah.
You can invent whatever you want. Doesn't mean some asshole wants to make a company around. I can invent a dildo food grinder, and what are you going to do about it? Is this idea, you want to put everyone in jail for inventing things? You can invent a suicide box. You just can't, you can't strangle the woman in the woods when she thought she wants to, spend another year with her kid. I
do have to say, this does seem like a kind of like a riddle of regulation. Like, you can create a box.
Right.
Provide the box, assist the person into getting into the woods so that they can use the box.
Right.
But, if they start seizing up or something, you can't give them a little hand necklace to help them along.
Oh, hand necklace?
Yeah.
Is that your little euphemism for suicide, for strangulation?
Yeah.
So then I gave her a hand necklace for about 2 minutes. I was hand necklace for 2 minutes, and then she died in my arms. It's good. I like it. I mean, 2 minutes seems like a long time, honestly. The hand necklace a woman.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
It wouldn't take that long.
You could get it done in 1 minute and 30.
No, well, technically, if you strangle, there's strangulation. I forget, is strangulation choking? Because the whole thing is, there's the blood, and this is why we need Joe Rogan on the show, because he knows this stuff. He's choked people for all the time. He's good at that stuff. I know theoretically.
Legally, yeah.
Yeah, he's a legal choker.
Yeah.
I'm whatever. I'm just saying, there's the airflow you stop, but then if you do it really well, you're blocking the blood, and that takes seconds.
Sure.
So you could hand necklace a woman in seconds, I guess. What's going on? What we say? Oh, so you can invent these things, but you think? I mean, honestly, if you can't build a box that kills a woman, without strangling her, we can't incentivize that. I can be the most corrupt mayor in the world. Yeah, I'll be the fucking first guy to let people come in my city with their pilot programs with their new companies and set up boxes all over our pine barrens and our reservoirs and our hiking trails. Our hiking trails will be littered with suicide boxes, but we can't have the CEO of the company looks like we fucking. This widget got out of whack again. You gotta fucking kill the bitch. I mean, this is the first time. I understand, people have been dying for millennia, Yeah. This is not like, hey, how do we, fucking split the atom?
Right.
This is like, how we just...
It shouldn't be this complicated.
Just put poison gas in the box the first few times. You can't have this go wrong the first time. Just put cyanide in there. Put a gun. Make a bomb blow up.
Right.
Just do that. Do something like that. If you need to have a backup, have the backup be a bomb. People need the service, and they're apparently afraid to get guns, or they can't get guns because their country doesn't love them like ours does. Our country will let you just come to Sports Authority.
Encourages it almost.
Oh, you don't have health insurance? Go to Sports Authority. They have insurance there. It's called a Mossberg shotgun. That's your health insurance, and it's free. You only gotta wait a week because it's a shotgun. You don't have to wait for rifles and shit. Only handguns, typically. I don't know every state, but I was drunk and pulled a gun. I went to Applebee's and I was drinking fucking margaritas. And then I was like, let's go. I'm going to buy a shotgun. And I just walked over to the sports authority. Hope I don't get them in trouble. I mean, they didn't give me a breathalyzer. They weren't like, oh, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, look, if they don't have to breathalyze you, they don't have to breathalyze you.
Yeah.
They're within their rights as Americans.
I'm not going to tell you who the clerk was. I'm not going to get him in trouble.
Yeah, don't rat them out.
No, would I? I'm just saying. The point is, like, why do you need a giant jet ski that looks like a futuristic, box?
Right.
Because no one's there to help these people. But I'll start a service.
It's hard to lie down and, get it done that way, I guess.
What do you mean?
Some people want to relax. Like, I could see why you would want to, like, I want to end it, but I also want to relax.
I mean,
you don't want to be responsible for your own.
Do you feel you don't feel like?
Then what if it goes in the wrong way and then you're paralyzed? It's a whole mess.
Yeah, I mean, well, sure, that's half the fun.
Yeah,
that's half the. I mean, this idea that like I'm so depressed, but like I gotta get this right. Whatever.
Drew.
This is why my company is gonna have to take over.
Well, R.I.P. to
Are you not listening to my company?
Oh, your company?
Yeah.
Tell me about your company.
It's gonna help people. I'm just gonna take him. I'm gonna bring him to the mountain. I'm gonna throw him off a fucking boulder. I'm gonna throw him off a cliff. Or maybe I'll I'm not gonna bring it. I don't need a gun. I'm that good. I don't need a gun.
It is strange to me that nobody, it doesn't seem to be a very popular thing. Nobody wants an assisted suicide that involves somebody throwing them off like a really tall cliff or something.
Well, yeah, because typically, I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's just become legal now. It's not something that's been around for centuries. But yeah, most people who like when they were popularizing this idea, like, no, there's nothing weird about it. There's nothing cruel about it. It's actually very peaceful. No one's first thought was, let's take this guy up to like, Big Sur, and then dump his head down a rock face. That was not that wasn't the first idea they had, but also their idea sucks.
Right.
Because gas is very unpredictable, and American manufacturing sucks. Right. I'm sorry.
Right.
If this was Taiwan and they let you build this, wait, this was Sweden. Aren't they good as shit?
I'm just saying, like 200-foot cliff, nobody survives that.
No, it's impossible unless if you do survive it, then we're onto something. We found something remarkable.
Right.
And we can monetize that. Now we're a company that kills people, but also owns this Superman kid that we tried to kill. But now, we'll have some wording in the contract where if that happens, we own you. We own you. So like, then we control this. If you survive that, we can clone you. We can turn your bones into body armor for the military.
Yeah.
But you're gonna die is the point. It's a big cliff. Most people die. So the point is, what was my point?
You've got a company.
Yeah, I'm gonna start a company that does this, nice. And it's gonna make a lot of sense because again, if Sweden can't even build a box that puts you out, no one can. They make things. They make clocks, right?
Yeah, they make clocks.
The Swiss make things. What does Sweden do? I feel like Sweden just gets to like exist based on like the other countries make stuff. Does Sweden make anything? Nokia's Swedish, right?
Oh,
it's Finnish. That's Finnish. See, I don't know. I mean, the suicide box is the first. It was going to put them on the map.
Let's see.
I think they're known for like hot blondes who ski.
Forest products. Well,
right.
this actually technically counts as
the fuck is a forest product?
This is technically a forest product.
Yeah, it's a forest product. It's a box in the forest that kills you. What the fuck is a forest product? This country is fucking. But the
Swedes actually managed to build a lot of machines of death by labeling it forest products.
This is how bad Sweden is. This is how bad they like. I love Sweden. All shout out to my Swedish fans, our Swedish fans. But I mean, when the first thing on the list of things you invented is the zipper. I mean, widely used, but still, it's not the atomic bomb, is it? It's not the light bulb.
No, it's just look.
It's not a meat slicer, is it? It's a zipper.
It doesn't rend flesh from your body, but it's helpful.
Oh, they made Bluetooth. I use that all the time. I take it back. Bluetooth is pretty good. And the artificial kidney, adjustable wrench, ball bearings. Wow, that's not bad. Nicotine gum, dynamite.
Ooh, they created strawberry cake.
What is strawberry cake? I mean, strawberry shortcake? I don't know what strawberry cake is. There's no uniform that I know of.
It's not very iconic now.
Yeah.
But you can imagine what it would be like, and you can imagine it would be good.
Yeah, sure. So I can imagine what like chocolate mint cake would be, but it doesn't exist. And then in any agreed upon fashion. Regardless, this is the kind of conversation and banter we can have. Like this will be our ad. It'll be us bantering about mint cake and strawberry cake and the zipper, like Pulp Fiction, right? Royale with cheese, but at the end of it, I just throw you off a cliff. It was first. There's a company called First Resort. Because should have come to us first instead of trying, some fucking and there's some putts, who's like. It's like one of those commercials where it's like the other guy's suicide box is fucking. He's just like he's trying to get a flint, and he's just like this doesn't work. It's the putts. It's a man like fucking who's trying to get a tool to work. Come on, help me out here. What am I talking about? Some fucking nebbish man. I don't have the wrench, and I'm just like fucking. It's First Resort. Just get it done.
Just get it.
I mean, look, why are we're spending so much time?
At First Resort, can't you at least do this?
Right. I mean, we're spending so much time on people who really just don't want to be here anymore. And we're like, it's like when I'm trying to adjust the lights for an hour before it's at 1 a.m. We're supposed to record. I'm like, let me get this, let me adjust this light, get it just right. And you're like, just fucking press the record button, motherfucker. And that's what this is. This is I just want to die. Just want to die.
Yeah.
We have a cliff. What is the legal outlook from your perspective? Am I okay?
I think you're better off than these guys. I mean,
nobody's
gonna, I think as long as you don't have to touch people too much during the process, you're good.
Well, I gotta pick her up and throw her.
That's true.
We gotta drag her up the cliff. Shame. These people, even if they aren't, sick, they're probably just too lazy to climb a mountain.
Catapult.
If they were athletic enough to climb a mountain with me, and people go, why are you climbing a mountain? You don't know what I can climb. All right, that might surprise you. But if you had the athletic wherewithal to climb a mountain, or even take a steep hike up a cliff face, the
face of a cliff.
you probably wouldn't be as depressed. Exercise is very good for depression, apparently. The point, so whatever.
And if you get injured on the hike, who cares? You're gonna be dead soon.
Right. My point is, what I'm saying is, if people are depressed, I'll probably have to drag them. Is my point. I probably have to fucking put them in a big blanket, tie it like a sack, and drag them up a cliff, and then I'm gonna try to lunge them over the fucking thing. Throw them out, but they might tumble on the way down a bit, and that could hurt. It's not gonna be clean. I'm not gonna guarantee to clean this end. I can't, but it's better than fucking.
But it'll be definitive.
Yeah, it's better than being in a box and hitting the button and going, it's not working. It's not. Ow! Oh, what are you doing? No. What is it supposed to be? Hands? Hands weren't supposed to be part of this? Imagine. You think it's going to be some an Apple iPhone experience? And some guy chokes you with death?
Oh, God.
You think it's supposed to, you think you're hitting swiping it like a fucking, like an iPhone, when you turn off the iPhone, you just swipe to left.
I'd want my money back. Sure.
I would be so livid. I'd be like, this is not an Apple experience. This is not. I'll tell you one thing Apple didn't make. But then again, Apple isn't really. They haven't been the same since Steve Jobs died. See, he would have made one. He would have made a good one.
Oh, he would have made a slick suicide box.
It was
perfectly symmetrical to the human eye.
It would have been fluorescent. It would have been like it would have been like shiny. It would look like the Genesis. Like bring up the Genesis device from Star Trek 2 before we go. Let's look at the images. The Genesis device. Just click that. Oh no! I'm actually that actually does work. No, I'm looking. Look at photon. I got it. I know what it is. Why is this my click? Let me click. Okay, this is exactly what it would look like. Star Trek 6 photon torpedo. There we go.
Oh, nice.
This I found it. This is what this is what Steve Jobs' suicide box would look like.
Yeah, that's dope.
This is what Gene Roddenberry knew.
Would love to die in that.
I mean,
I'm not even suicidal, and I'd love to die in that.
Just shove you in that and shoot you into a fucking Klingon ship. Fucking, now you're both dead. Oh.
Maybe you could have sort of like a Star Trek experience while you're dying.
Right. Yeah. I mean, wait, we'll reenact. Like, what do you mean?
I don't know. Maybe there's, maybe we get William Shatner to, dress up as Captain Kirk. And
were we as Shatner?
And he get, there's like a personalized message.
I didn't think you meant like that. I thought you meant like, you can say "beam me up, Scotty" or something. You want to get that fucking corpse? I mean, I love him. Look, come on the show, Bill. Bill Shatner, come on the show. But I mean, you want to get that guy to fucking try and take part in someone's murder suicide? All right. George Takei can be like, hello, I'm George Takei. These are very. I mean, I thought maybe we have a random guy dressed like a Klingon. You want to get?
I remember going to the Star Trek museum when I was a kid.
Yeah.
In Las Vegas.
Sure.
And there was like a little like you're in kind of their elevator like on the spaceship.
The turbo lift, right?
Turbo lift, right? And there's like a whole kind of like. While you're in the turbo lift, like it kind of rocks you around and stuff, and
right.
It's realistic, at least for a child.
Sure. Yeah.
And I was thinking like an experience like that, kind of.
But then you die.
Okay.
I mean, it's very different than having the suicide box. Okay. Because I didn't picture this was gonna be in the woods in my mind, but now we're on like we're gonna build a central location. And have like a fake enterprise. That's doable. It could be like one of those. I remember I used to go to Spaceplex as a kid, and it looked like just a shitty warehouse on the outside, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm wrong. It didn't seem that great on the outside. You go inside though, and it's just like the greatest video games and everything. It'd be like that. We'll have some shitty warehouse, but you come inside, and it's just like it's all Star Trek stuff, and people, we'll also to make money double it as like a Star Trek experience for people who don't want to die.
Right.
So it'll be populated with people who would populate this. Other people are charging money too, to use our fake enterprise stuff. But then someone, sometimes people come through on the turbo lift, like, oh, what's your rank? I'm like, no, she's one of those. Don't cut their shit, Luke. Cut their shit. She's one of those. Just fucking let her ride the turbo lift, and then we're gonna dump her body. Don't fucking ask her a rank. She's not here for that shit. Anyway. I don't know. Seek help, I guess, but it's legal for these people.
Yeah, and R.I.P. to that lady. She's a pioneer.
Yeah, no, she was murdered.
Yeah, and she was murdered.
Yeah, I mean, we're not trying to mince words here. Just because someone's trying to commit suicide doesn't mean you can just murder them.
Yeah,
can you imagine that?
Doesn't mean you can just put your flesh on their flesh.
Imagine if you were like you drove around the Golden Gate Bridge, which was famous for people jumping off, right? And every night you drove around looking for someone who's about to jump off, and you fucking shot them with a rifle.
Yeah.
No one would allow that. You can't just because they're about to do it doesn't mean you have carte blanche to do your dirty deeds. So she was murdered. So Sorry you murdered someone who was about to do it anyway. Seems like a waste, huh?
Yeah.
That guy's gonna be in jail for killing someone who like was about to kill themselves. That's gotta be crazy. I mean, imagine if he spent like 20 years in jail for that.
Oh man. Yeah.
It's one of the most pointless things to be in jail for. I guess, murders. Other murders aren't good. I don't know. Help me land here.
No.
Help me land the show.
I hope may your suicide box be effective and entertaining.
Yeah, it's Christmas coming soon. Halloween. So just keep your family in your thoughts, and don't drink and drive. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
We'll see you all next week. Have a great week.